Welcome back. Seeing the world of Higurashi once again from pretty much the same standpoint, where everything is... well, it sucks, really. But a little bit of a upset to the status quo. Rika being given an out, as such, and Hanyu disappearing from the field entirely. I wonder how that's actually going to change up how things play out. Rika, is she going to put in the full effort to try and dissuade things from going wrong? And also, what's with this other looper thing that was mentioned? I think things are about to drastically change from how we know them, which is always fun when it comes to storytelling and watching it. So, grab yourself a drink, snuggle up close with your favourite teddy bear, and let's begin. Oh, okay. 13th. Starting again quite early on and back in with the happy-go-lucky music, the little club games and whatnot. He does have certain leader qualities that gets people to follow along with whatever he says, no matter how abstract some of it may seem. Well, if you got Rika backing his corner, what could possibly go wrong? Well, let's see if he can carry out the task perfectly. An auction. Have we seen an auction before? I guess with... if we haven't, I've forgotten, then I apologise, but with the shake-up, the Crystal Realm no longer having Hanyu in it, and Rika's limitation, self-imposed or not, it would be a good time to experience new storylines and things. For some reason, that like film filter just made me dizzy. That hasn't happened before. But yeah, how is... because before we were just, going through the motion, we knew that there could be thousands, well, hundreds of years of replaying the same summer over and over again. So putting a, definitive timeline on it really does help push things forward, but it does also mean that at least 4 times is going to go horribly, horribly wrong. Unless, once again, Higurashi does the double bluff and subverts my expectations. Divici. Ah, right there. And who's donating these prizes? Are you getting them from the toy shop? I think I actually remember something like that. Well, there's no backing out. Considering Rika's prior knowledge to everything, you can see why she'd be a bit reserved, but still just going along with the motion of everything. But what about his business? Would he be compensated for the donations? Tax deductible? Nothing said about generous. Get prizes for all age ranges, I guess. Yeah, actually, a good idea, yeah. Check the price tags. How much is he sweating? Keep it in total beneath 500 yen. Maybe 5,000 might be a little more reasonable. I have no idea how to play, like, Mahjong or anything like that. I remember playing on the PC when it was like in Windows 98 or whatever operating system it was. Never actually learned the rule set. We're going to get a masterclass in deception. But also, if you're playing against an actual opponent who knows that you're trying to pull off this thing since they're all trying to learn it, isn't that kind of defeating the point? Ah, right. You got to apply proper pressure to not let any drop, but not too much to let it scatter. How does this actually work in actual game? Is it something you're allowed? I might need to set up the board again. Hopefully he's had his firearm license revoked from him. Well, they're learning. They're up for the challenge no matter what game they're playing. Ah, of course. Learn from the masters. Was it Mahjong that they were playing when Rena was becoming infatuated with everyone? Okay, same thing that Satoko did so far. This is enthralling. It would cost you. Is this a world which has happened yet? Ah, Akasaka. The man, the myth, the legend himself, returning once again. Considering that he is only present once in a blue moon, he's changed in these few years. So, paying attention to the warnings that she gave. Hopefully nothing happened with his wife. Ah, she's here as well. That's for the best. Ever since the incident on the staircase. What could have possibly given him the reason to return? Ah. So it wasn't his wife that fell down the stairs, but someone else received that ending. So what, all things are preordained? just who they happen to can be swapped up. Yeah, he's had a haircut since then as well. Considering the outcry of a child like this, usually would just be taken at face value of, oh, it's just a child's words and imagination. But hopefully with both Keiichi and Akasaka here, something will change. Good thing. Yeah, taking... What the hell is that poster? Putting in the building blocks here to try and make this time round slightly better as well. Also, is it just pure luck as to when and if he's going to appear in the story? Or like, yeah, I'm here for a holiday, or yeah, I was called in on police business, etc. Extend your vacation a little. Nothing could go wrong at a hot spring resort. Will she have a chaperone or something? He is very reliable for just like a random acquaintance that he met a few years back. Yeah, abandoning her on your trip and holiday. Oh, I see it went well. Well, I guess returning to the village was prerequisite. Unfortunately, that has already come to pass. So, next time, is she just going to let him go to the hot springs? And she's going to remember this as well, actually, so that's one thing. I will say, at least it got it over and done with quickly. We had the beginnings of a storyline just to immediately cut it short. Ah! Just the casual jerry can of gasoline. I don't know what's better, the slow bleed out or... Well, no, hopefully the slow bleed out will occur before the fire. He'll break the delicate balance of stuff going on. The professionals, yes, while not ensuring the safety of anyone in there. Those windows are drawn differently. I wonder why. Backtrack? No, not enough build-up for that. A mixture of like flipbook static animation for the fire, some weird... I agree with that statement. Some weird threads of embers and stuff in there, and animated fire all at once. Oh, Blood Moon. Nice. What could... Is it just her or the family this time? Well, I say this time. Have we seen her go insane at all? Okay. I mean, the... Jesus Christ. That was a clean cut. But yeah, the... The idea is there. You know, nothing could go wrong if there's no one left to be inhabited by the parasites. Oh, 2 down. Managing to get some nerve damage in there. I mean, if you could just decide your future, your fate before coming into the world, I'm sure everyone would try to better their standing. I mean, she can't do it herself with... she's counting. Wow. Post-mortem snap. The date is getting later each time, though. Is that a good sign? And is this another itchy neck syndrome? So, if that's the case, 2 of the 5 so far, at least, are down to the parasites, which haven't been so forthcoming in previous iterations. Yep, just hurry up. Come on. Don't prolong it. Want to get back to the next attempt as quick as possible. Drowning is, I've been told at least, one of the worst. Yep, itchy necks, 3 of the 5. Can she do the finger counting in the snap? Oh yeah, she can in that position. I just saw the rock. Jesus, that voice acting. How many times do you have to record that line? Did you get a drink in between takes? Indeed. Now, much like Rika, we're now thinking, come on, get it over and done with so we can move on to the next bit. Hang on. When was this in the literature about the village? That's some nice eyeliner he's wearing. The... I actually like this attitude towards it all. Just come on, please, just get it over with. Just annoy him. Annoy him until he tosses her in. What would truly be bad is if on one of these attempts she's actually saved. That was a rather clear and concise snap considering the location. Back to the 13th. Right, police at Angel Mort. Oh great, we're starting off well. Fucking hell. How many more are going to get involved? And who's the... Is it Shion this time? One of the anime-obsessed clientele. Which club game is this? Fair. Yeah, she's so jaded. I did say, you know, 4 bad occasions. One day they'll wake up. Ugh. True. The date and time just swaps up randomly. I mean, would it be preferable if there was someone else that was also going through this constantly? Just they didn't know each other were suffering like that? How about an ice cream, just a nice lemonade or something? Doesn't have to resort to moida. You have to fetch it yourself, though. Well, at least Keiichi might be a little more... Oh, good. We resort to some cannibalism. A little more forthcoming with the punishment, I should say, or the... And once again, yeah, riot police outside not doing anything when there's... Granted, it is a deadly weapon and all with... St. Lucia Academy, what? So yeah, with a deadly weapon, but... Someone could have stepped in at least. Was that thing about the academy there? Obviously it's not in this village, because I think we would have been told about a college or university or something along those lines if there was. Is that one of the success stories where she actually made it out? You know, it doesn't resort in the mass graves being dug for all of them. If it is much like what I said earlier and just something that we have been told about and I've forgotten, then I apologise. I kind of got what I wanted, didn't I? Asking for a bunch of news stories that we hadn't seen before. Didn't expect it to be pure rapid fire like this and going failure, 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 failure. Let's move on to the last. And is it going to be another failure, but for some reason it gives her the idea to continue at least one more after. I did like the reversal, having Akasaka appear, you know, whenever he's in, it's like, oh, he's back, yay, we can have some shift in the story, or just something, some good outlook. No, he's the catalyst for this version's downfall. And also the setup here. Here's a lovely game amongst the club, We're playing Mahjong, we're learning some cool tricks. Oh, cut short. Okay. What was the point of that? Was it just to draw you in? It's like, happy, fun times? No. Not allowed those. Or is that random occurrence going to actually be useful going forward? Would be funny. But yeah, seeing how easily and how many ways the entire future of the village can be swayed and go wrong. Anyone can be involved, anyone can pick up the bat or a big rock and some rope. The fact that Rika is fighting back against all of it and unsure about where it's going to come from each time, it would drive you insane. In fact, yeah, she had gone through this for hundreds of years, thousands of attempts, and didn't completely give up, mainly because she had Hanyu at her back, but now no longer. What can we do? I say we as though I'm part of the storyline as well. I will say this season itself, the parasites, the medication, the clinic and whatnot to research what's going on, hasn't really come into it all too much. Now you get beat around the head by it, literally, in this one several times over. So I mean, it's going to be pushing back into that realm of things next. Well, compared to previous seasons of Higurashi, knowing that, well, is sometimes held back with how visceral and visual some of it can be. Sometimes just putting entire black half the screens over stuff so you can't see. And now, what? You've got the bulging eyeballs and whatnot from a severe case of cranial trauma. What's it going to do next? How much is it going to hold back? Are we going to see any joy? I have no idea, but I'm kind of interested to find out. And if you've enjoyed this one, if there's anything I've missed, is there anything I should go over again, let me know. As always, any sort of help from you in the comments is greatly appreciated. And if you want to make sure this continues on unabated, consider subscribing to the channel, maybe even join on to my Discord for notifications and whatnot. But for now, really take care of yourselves. Watch out for who you make friends with. And if anyone starts scratching, get them some thick gloves so they can't cause themselves some damage. And I'll see you in the next one. I want to thank each and every one of my patrons who have managed to keep this channel afloat and alive for as long as they have, even with the looming threat of the baseball bat of YouTube censorship and or the algorithm and blacklisting of the channel. So, I do want to thank Sal, HDR, Darky26, Guado, Kite, Reds Racer, Ultra Pouring, Wolfie Sensei, Zug, and everyone else. For if it wasn't for all of you, this channel would still be wandering the sea of broken shards, trying to piece something together. And no, I'm not entirely sure what that does mean.